guys, I'm Coach Eileen Santos. I'm a relationship coach and romance author, and my mission is to help people learn love facts versus love fiction so they can have more awesome relationships in real life. Here's the thing about your question, it's bringing up two things in my head that I would want you to really look at when it comes to your relationship. First of all, I want you to think about the alignment between you and your partner. Alignment is something that you're supposed to integrate into your conversations all throughout your relationship and the growth of your relationship with your partner. This situation, like this pregnancy, people right now, I am so sure you and your partner know what makes people get pregnant and what would make people not get pregnant. And I am assuming that since you know these things, then you would have already had heart-to-heart talks and aligning your goals, directions, and expectations in terms of your relationship even before this pregnancy happened. But the reason why I'm asking you about this issue of alignment in your relationship is that based on your question, it sounds like you did not align about this area of your relationship, about having children and the roles that you're going to play once you do have children. You weren't able to have an agreement that was okay for both of you when it comes to this issue of having children, like who's going to take care of the kids, who's going to keep working, who's going to do this and do that. So it shows me that there's an alignment issue that you really have not brought up yet with your partner, which brings me to the second thing that I want you to look at in terms of your relationship. I'm hearing from your question that there is a communication issue in your relationship. Your question about how do I start a conversation about this with my partner implies to me that you have not had that many deep conversations. And second, it sounds like you're walking on eggshells around your partner. It feels like there are things that you can't talk to about with your partner. And if you can't talk about something that simple, because for me, that is something so basic, especially if you know that pregnancy is a possibility in your relationship, then the fact that you have to ask people about how to start a conversation with your partner about that tells me that this isn't just the only conversation that you are having a hard time bringing up in your relationship. So my hope is that you do bring up this topic and have a good conversation with your partner about it. But I also highly suggest that you look at your communication patterns in your relationship and you improve everything that is under your control on your side of the communication spectrum. What are the things under your control? Number one, you have control over your communication style, the mode of communication you're going to use, the emotions that you have when you are communicating. So your communication skills, you have control over that. But also second, I also would want you to assess why you have this expectation that it's going to be difficult to bring up something like this kind of issue with your partner. I mean, in this day and age, the fact that both of you are working or you have sources of income is actually a blessing. So I'm wondering why there is this feeling that your partner would not be so welcoming about the idea of having two incomes in a family, because that's something that a lot of families are already doing. So aside from that, you also would want to ask yourself, is this expectation or is this fear of bringing up these deep conversations with my partner something that's coming from you? Is it just your fears, or is your partner showing indications that he would really not be open to conversations like this? And which brings me to the last part, actually. If you are having issues with alignment and communication, then you really need to look at these things as a starting point for you to improve your relationship. Because if there's an issue of alignment and communication this early on in your relationship, then it's just going to get compounded and compounded, through the years. And it's best to find out and work on those things that you can work on right now. And side note, please make sure that it's not just you who's working on it.